Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at Phantom Brave PC for, well, the PC. The game was developed by Nippon Ichi Software and was published by NIS America and was released on Steam in 2016. The game is a tactical based RPG that was originally started out as a PlayStation 2 game, which was then ported to the PlayStation Portable and then the Nintendo Wii system. Now the game has been ported to the PC and features enhanced graphics, higher resolution options, and the additional quests, the Bermuda Triangle and We'll Meet Again. However, is this rather obscure and niche game worth purchasing now and investing time and money into? Let's go through the review and find out. The game's main plot focuses on Morona, who is known as the possessed girl by many. She has the ability to see phantoms which normal people can't see, and because of this she's shunned and feared by many as they just don't understand her powers. She is aided in life by her friend Ash, who also happens to be a phantom that only she can see and hear. Ash once accompanied on her parents on a quest in the past, but they ended up dying and Ash ended up becoming a phantom in the process. The game's story will see you take on the role of Morona and Ash as they travel through the lands, going through quests and helping out various people on different regions, but then things will very quickly change and it appears that hordes of monsters have started to appear all over the place, and that this soon develops into a world crisis, which will then see Morona and her band of phantoms going off on an adventure to save the world. With Phantom Brave's cast of characters, things are a little different from what you would expect in most games. You see, for the most part in this game you control Morona and Ash, but when it comes to the other cast of playable characters, that's where things are a little bit different. In the game, Morona can create phantoms from her own mind once she's back on her home island. This means that once you're back on her island at home, you can then be asking her to create new characters from scratch. You'll be given a few character choices and traits ranging from magic users, knights, archers and so forth, depending on what quests you take. So for example, if you redo a few of the quests at the very beginning of the game and manage to defeat the extra additional side monsters, you will then be able to play those characters once you are back on your island. So for example, if you were to beat the slime monster on the second level, you can then go back to your base once that level is then complete and create that character to be one of your minions. It is a rather strange system, and one which I've only really ever seen in one of a game before that was called Stellar Deus for the PS2. Gameplay for Phantom Brave is hard, unforgiving, difficult to understand at first, and it's one of those games which is exceptionally grindy and requires you to grind a lot, pretty much right from the very start of the game, and it just never seems to let up at any point in time. The game is turn-based and is tactical designed in its layout, so you really do have to think about most every single move that you make in the game, because in this game just a few simple mistakes can cost you the entire battle, and you'll have to start right from the very beginning again from the previous save file that you made earlier. You're going to need a lot of patience for this game, and this is extremely hard, and it has a very steep learning curve to get to grips with it as well. You're going to notice right from the very start that a lot of the characters that you'll create will be extremely weak and will require a lot of leveling up. You're going to notice as well that you're going to need to redo a lot of the previous levels which you managed to complete before, as the difficulty spikes in the game just seem to be all over the place, with some levels being alright, but then the next ones after them being an absolute nightmare to try and do afterwards. And now we come to Phantom Brave's graphics. You do have to remember that originally this was a PlayStation 2 game, which would then be slightly downgraded for the PlayStation Portable port, and then upgraded for the Wii release, and then upgraded yet again for the PC edition, which is now seen as the definitive edition. So with the PC version, the backgrounds are much more clearer, they're more crisp, the animations are smoother, and things in general just look and feel better all around. So, nothing to really complain about then, right? Well, not exactly. You see, whilst the backdrops and character portraits are all nicely done in HD, it's the character sprites themselves which, for some reason, appear slightly more blurred than what they should be. It just looks and comes off as rather strange, because the characters look out of focus, whilst everything else looks nice, sharp and crisp. It just comes across as a bit odd. The level design for Phantom Brave is something, again, I doubt many gamers will have experienced before, because in this day and age, you just don't see it that much anymore. It was mostly seen on the PlayStation 1 console, with games like Final Fantasy Tactics and so forth, but even then, this sort of area was a very niche market, and wasn't all that successful. The level design consists of 2D sprite characters over a flat 2D background, whilst the story plays out, and then for when combat happens, things change to a angled bird's eye view, where the tactical element comes into effect. You're given a small amount of movement points to use where you can place your character from point to point on the map, and the maps themselves may look small upon first glance, but are actually quite big once you start moving around, and then you realise just how important they are to the tactical side of completing a lot of the levels. So if you're up to this point in the review and are wondering, should I buy Phantom Brave PC? I would say yes, it's worth the purchase. However, I would recommend that you sit back first before making this purchase and consider, is this a game that you really would enjoy? What I mean by this is that clearly this game was not designed for casual gamers in mind, and that this game really does require you to put a lot of time and effort into it in order to pretty much advance anywhere. I have stated that the game is grindy, and it is indeed grindy, and it comes served with additional grindy sides and more dessert grind and grind. It's hard, it's unforgiving, and requires a lot of patience in order just to get anywhere. With that being said, however, I really did enjoy this game's story, its amazing characters, and its beautiful art style. The game is an old style tactical RPG game which does require a lot of time from you, and if you can devote that time to the game, then you are going to get a lot out of it. However, if you can't, then you might just find yourself being frustrated by absolutely all of it. Would I recommend Phantom Brave PC? Yes, I would, but expect a challenge right from the very get-go. Well, that's it for this review, guys. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and please subscribe.